Time winding down here in Raleigh against the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's the Carolina Hockey Minute. 10 seconds left. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to clinch a playoff berth for the 8th consecutive season here. 3-2. Shot blocked. And for the 8th straight year, the Canes are postseason bound. A simply remarkable achievement. Unfathomable when Rod Brindamore took the job. Unquestionably, the longest period of sustained success in franchise history.
Of urgency from game one against the New Jersey Devils back in October until now. The injuries along the...
Just me today. Cole will be back this weekend. They certainly played like a team that was on a mission tonight. Taylor Hall being given the 3rd star now. The Hurricanes played like a team that knew a postseason berth was on the line. They blitzed the Blue Jackets early, scoring 3 goals in the first period. Logan Stankoven scoring twice to get us started. Alexander Nikishin also adding a goal. Looks like they're going to give the 2nd star to Sebastian Aho, and then the 1st star, of course, Logan Stankoven tonight. Aho had 2 assists. He reaches 400 career assists. And Logan Stankoven, he got us off and running with 2 goals in the first period. The Canes really never looked back. That goal by Nikishin, by the way, his shorthanded goal, his first shorthanded goal of his career. He was on the kill because Miller was actually in the box on that play. Nikishin has been more effective on special teams than I think we anticipated, filling in for Ghost on the power play and then just in for Miller there situationally when he's not on the ice. This is a night better suited for celebrating than actually critiquing anything. I do want to do a game run through real quick though, because there's a few things I've missed that I want to touch on. With a playoff berth available to Carolina with a win over the Blue Jackets, we saw a team that was motivated. Stankoven scored twice in the first 20. The Hurricanes hold the Blue Jackets without a shot in the final 17 minutes of the first period. It was one of, if not the very best period the Hurricanes have played all season. And basically they just rolled from there en route to the win and their 8th consecutive trip to the playoffs. And I get tired of a lot of things, but I do not get tired of winning. This has been a nice last 8 years. Brad Brindamore, keep it up. Anderson versus Merzlikins. No change in the lineup from Tuesday other than a goalie swap. Captain Jordan Stahl's 1,400th NHL game in the first, just over 2 minutes in. Blake and Miller assist Stankoven on the game's first goal, at which point I wrote down the note. I don't have the stats to back this up, but Logan seems to score a lot in the first period of games because normally Cole's son, he's only awake for the first period, and that's his favorite player. And he scores a lot. Like, his son gets to see his favorite player score a lot of goals. And Logan Stankoven, how many does he have in the year? I think he ends up with 17. This was his 16th and 17th tonight. I feel like half of those goals have come in the first period of games. Make it back-to-back games with goals for Logan Stankoven. The Hurricanes are off and running. Martinuk backhand hits the post. The crowd salutes Jordo before Hall shoots and Stank deposits the rebound. And it's 2-0. Logan Stankoven 2 and the Blue Jackets 0. Canes go down a man at 11:30 of the first, but it does not matter because, as I've mentioned, Alexander Nikishin, his first shorthanded goal of his career, he clogs the shooting lane on the defensive end. It comes back the other way, and his shot, it's very effortless and very powerful. Normally you get one or the other. This is both. This is a player with a really nice shot. He needs to shoot a little bit more than he has this season, but he's still getting comfortable, and he's been better on special teams than we anticipated. So, good on Boom. That makes it 3-0, and you get a shorthanded goal. Canes with all the momentum. The game was pretty much over at that point. A lot of time left on the clock, though. Just a few minutes left in the first. It feels like the Blue Jackets haven't had a shot since it was 0-0, is what I wrote down. And the period ended. I looked it up, and I don't believe they had. They were stuck on 2 shots at the end of the first period. Their last shot in the first period from the Jackets came at 16:41. The Hurricanes hold the Jackets for nearly 17 minutes without a shot on goal. And that was just in the first period. They also opened the second period holding the Blue Jackets without a shot for 2 minutes. So nearly 20 full minutes without a shot. Anderson would make a save on Boone Jenner 2 minutes in. Hall would draw a power play. The Canes have scored 7 straight games on the power play. Not this time, though. Blake working his ass off more than usual. The kid was in overdrive tonight. Shots 2-2 at the midway break of the second period. Canes getting the puck deep. On Columbus's fifth shot of the game, they find the back of the net on a shot we need Freddie Anderson to save. But luckily, our boy Martinook doesn't really give time Freddie to be too upset about it. He scores 13 seconds later. So what had been a 3-goal lead was a 2-goal lead for 13 seconds, restored to a 3-goal lead. Anderson makes a save on Monahan, who always seems to hurt Carolina when he plays us. Stahl, Ehlers, Martinook, all working hard on defense as the second period expires 4-1. That's the score in the Canes' favor. On to the third. 5 minutes in, Ghost goes to the box. They kill it, and the Canes draw their own power play, and it would be Svechnikov to make it 5-1 Canes. And at that point, the party's on. That's their 8th straight game with a power play goal. Aho, 2 assists tonight, 50 on the season, 400 for his career. And I wrote no more notes. We're going to the playoffs. Canes take 3 of 4 against Columbus and deal a blow to the Jackets' playoff chances. And just a very thorough game from the Canes tonight, holding the Blue Jackets to, 10 or 11 shots? It was, what are we going to be, the final here? 10. A very thorough game from the Canes tonight, holding the Jackets to 10 shots. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third. Stankoven gets the Canes cooking early with 2 goals. Alexander Nikishin gets a shorthanded goal, hit the first of his career, and the Carolina Hurricanes clinch a playoff berth for the 8th consecutive season, something that just ain't easy to do. After missing the playoffs for about 10 straight years, we realized that 8 straight, the total opposite of that, that's where you want to be. This is a lot nicer than that. Until Saturday when Cole returns. Well, we got to face the Islanders? Yeah, we'll play the Islanders. Canes can continue to improve their position in the division, still working to clinch the division, and still working to improve our position in the Eastern Conference. We're right at the top, fighting with, I believe, Buffalo at the moment. We'll see how this all shakes out. Back-to-back this weekend. The Canes are postseason bound. 8 for 8 under Rod Brindamore. Go Canes.